if any one of us were the developer, we would charge what the most the market could bear, right? Because you're in it for profit. It's a business.
Sure.
The only real driver that's going to impact that is more supply. If there's only one condo on the market, there's going to be a lot of people bidding for it, and the price is going to go up. If there are 1,000 condos on the market and only 10 buyers, well, prices are going to come down. You need to get the supply-demand ratio more in balance, and right now it's out of balance.
Please tell us the story of when you bought a house in the 1980s and when the market changed and what that was like, because a lot of the people listening to the show don't know what that was like back in the 1980s when I think you had bought in Vaughan.
Yep. So we bought, my wife and I bought our first house in Vaughan and Woodbridge at Highway 27 in Langstaff. And we bought in February of 1989.
Ooh.
And within 2 months, we bought at $333,000. And within 3 months, that property was probably worth $233,000. Part of the problem was not just the economy, but and this was a hard lesson to learn. It was new subdivision housing. I think the house was 2 years old when we bought it. And if we had paid a bit more attention, literally a 2-minute drive north of us were brand new subdivisions being built. A year later, 2 minutes north of that, there's more subdivisions being built. A year later, 2 minutes north of that, new subdivision being built. So there's more and more new supply, brand new houses.
Were they cheaper? Were they cheaper than the resales?
They may not have been cheaper, but they were new, right? So you could buy from a builder and get something customized to what you wanted, but new, a little bit different. But it wasn't so much the price, but what it did do was depress the price of the older stock. So when my wife and I did finally sell 9 years later, it took us over a month to sell it, month and a half.
It's crazy.
But we lost 50. We got, I think we sold for $257,000 9 years after we bought it.
So do you not see, right? And I'm sorry to put you on the spot there with a personal story, but like this is firsthand experience. Do you not see the same things in the market right now, or is this time different?
Well, it depends. Like, what are the three most important things about real estate? Location, 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 right? So depends where you are. In Toronto, I don't know that we're going to see a drastic price correction. What you're seeing now, and you guys would know this better than me, especially in the residential market, prices are probably flat. I don't know if they're dropping.
I think they dropped recently. They just started dropping.
They're flat though. I mean, they're flat. They're not.
Foch put up a chart today that said everything in the GTA is kind of rolled over now.
Mm.
But what's driving that? Is that more condo, or is it single family? Like are some like in my neighborhood,
it's probably the mix. It's probably there's a lot less single family selling and a lot more of the smaller stuff selling, which will just bring that average down pretty quick.
Right. And are those people who were investors and were renting out the property or now seeing, oh, my mortgage is coming up for renewal, I better get rid of this thing now.
Get the fuck out quick. Yeah.
Right.
There's got to be so many of those like coming up, or like so many people that are just like that they've been like, everybody keeps telling me they're going to go down soon. So I'm just going to wait because when they start going down, I'll be okay. And then they don't, and they go up, and it's like, oh, fuck. Okay, one more. I think I can handle one more, right? And
well, I read in the Globe, was it this morning or yesterday morning, the price of condos, new condos, has dropped for the first time in years, and now it's down to something like 1,500 and change a square foot, which just blows my mind that it is still that high.
Yeah,
have to drop the deal.
We've been talking about this a lot, and 31% of new home goes towards just taxes, right? The government's got their hand in the pot more than anybody else. Construction costs are not going to be going down. So the only way for those prices of condos to go down would be for the cost of land to significantly drop, or for the government to basically take their hand out of the cookie jar and say, we'll just let people build. Which Daryl's point is always, well, why would the developers sell it cheaper? If they got the land for less and they got the government's support, and they could still get 1,500 or more per square foot, they're going to, right? So there is no storyline that adds to new condos coming online at this
Supply.
great discount price.
Just
right?
supply. Just having
that's the-
enough fucking inventory to have a choice, right?
Yeah.
Just balance that supply out.
And you're both right. No developer, if any one of us were the developer, we would charge what the most the market could bear, right? Because you're in it for profit. It's a business.
Sure.
The only real driver that's going to impact that is more supply. If there's only one condo on the market, there's going to be a lot of people bidding for it, and the price is going to go up. If there are 1,000 condos on the market and only 10 buyers, well, prices are going to come down. You need to get the supply-demand ratio more in balance, and right now it's out of balance.
Yeah.
And we have no way of building even close to enough. You're talking about 30,000 units. That it's less. I mean, let's call it 30,000, and we got 100,000 people. I think it's more, but we'll call it 100,000.
Applications are down. Applications are
we have
down.
no way of building that many more units per year. We don't have enough labor force. We don't have enough. The city planning staff is backed up. They're telling us, they're like, look, we just don't have. There are people who are coming out of planning university are all saying, like, I don't want to go work for the city. That company over there is going to pay me double, and I'm going to be working on some really cool projects all over the place instead of just being stuck living, working for the city for the next 30 years of my life. So they don't have enough planning staff to even get all this stuff approved.
No,
so
and
there really isn't a world that is going to create the supply we need.
No, it's absolutely impossible, like on every level. And now you have applications dropping. You have bankruptcies are going to come, which is going to stall a whole bunch of projects. If not, people are going to lose their deposits and lose their units. Then you have like all of a sudden townhouses are burning all over the place, right? The stock is diminishing. Plus all the other stock is getting older. Right. And there's less buyers that want to actually buy something they got to do something to. Right. Most people don't want to come in and do a renovation. Right. Most people want to just move in. That's it. Right. Move their shit in and forget about it forever. That's the majority. Right. So like everything is leading towards the stock getting lower compared to the amount of people that want it. Right. That just is constantly skyrocketing. And now, did you see they added something? The students can now be, this won't be politically correct, but they can be dumber now and still get in. Like they've lowered the test results that you need, or like the IQ you need to get into Canada. So now the floodgates, if they weren't open, they've just kind of burst open a little bit more.
There's no more gates anymore.
No, there's no one left holding that thing open, like closed, right? Everybody's just got, fuck this, we're out. Let's go.
Well, don't forget, during COVID, we had zero. Right. So we're playing catch up on that front, but it doesn't help the supply demand issue. Right. But so what you are seeing though, like think of the major transit projects that have happened. So the St. Clair streetcar, you're now seeing new condos popping up all the way down St. Clair Avenue.
Yes, TK.
Right. You're going to see that on Eglinton when they finally get the crosstown going. Like
10 years from now.
Don't ask me when.
Yeah.
But if and when that finally gets running, you'll start seeing Condo Canyon down Eglinton. You're seeing the city try to figure out where to increase density where they can. Major shopping centers, all those surface parking lots, they're all going to grow multi-res towers.
York, Danforth, like we've got this whole subway line along Danforth. What the hell are these guys doing?
University Avenue, right? It used to just be hospitals and a couple of office towers. You're going to start seeing condos there. So it might be too little, too late, but it's more. But we need way, way more. And of course, if you start a new residential project today, when are people actually going to be able to live in it? 3 years, 4 years from now? Well, we're going to be 100,000 people a year further behind by the time we get there. So The problem is magnifying faster than we can solve it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our clips channel. Why don't you go and check out some more clips? We got lots of other good content somewhere over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.